Welcome to the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. I just want to welcome you, my brothers and my sisters, because guess what? Excuse me, you are listening live to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. And guess what, brothers and sisters? Hold on, because my special guest is calling in. Hold on for 1 second, my brothers and sisters. We're going to be right back. Okay, so here we go. Anyway, moving forward, my brothers and sisters, this is how it goes. The Sister Speak Show. You are listening to the tour. We are recording live from Dallas, Texas. That's right. It is hot. It is real, but we are alive, and we say all praises are due to the Most High God and His Son, Jesus the Christ, for letting the death angel pass over us. Can I get an amen? All right, my brothers and sisters, here we go. You are listening to the tour, where we cover every aspect of the music industry. And guess what? Oh, we are here for you. We are the flavor in your ear. We want you to add us to your podcast shuffle. And there are several reasons why, and you will discover them as you listen live this evening. I am your host, Ayana. Not only that, I am the host, creator, and producer of the Sister Speak Show. It is my pleasure to converse with you all this evening. Welcome to all of my first-time listeners, and welcome back to all of my regular listeners. My brothers and sisters, here it is. To all of my first-time listeners, listen. You are listening to a 6-segment podcast syndicated on Amazon Alexa, recorded through Spreaker, and you can catch us on other platforms like iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, as well as SoundCloud, Tumblr, as well as YouTube and Amazon Alexa. I don't want to miss anything. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. So listen, brothers and sisters, not only that, you're going to be able to catch special guest interviews, live performances, in-studio interviews, as well as live on-location reports, my brothers and sisters. Now, guess what? The special guests who will be on the Sister Speak Show are dynamic and impacting the communities with their passions. The Sister Speak Show is a talk show that will keep your mind and your soul informed, energized, and encouraged. We are a cultural renaissance platform that influences a climate that is conducive to who you are and who you should be. No reckless entertainment. We don't go dumb. Well, excuse me, no reckless entertainment. Just responsible listening nourishment. We don't go dumb. We go wisdom on the Sister Speak Show, and it's about making the known known. Brothers and sisters, now that you know what you're listening to and who you are listening to, it's going all the way up. We have a live interview this evening, my brothers and sisters. We are keeping it lit in the state of Texas. Shout out to SDYP, the movement. My brothers and sisters, this is what we're getting ready to do. We're going to go through these commercial breaks, and then after that, brothers and sisters, we're going to be back. So we also have a new segment that I just want to introduce to you all so you can understand why you are listening to a absolutely dope podcast, my brothers and sisters, okay? Now, we have just added a new segment, and it's called If You Don't Know. Now you know. Music tips on the industry. And it's just, 30 second, 1 minute, 3 minute tips on just the music industry for all of my musicians and just everybody who participates in the music industry. I think it is vital that we raise awareness, provide wisdom, and just equip you with the best abilities that you can have in order to make righteous decisions and be able to soar in the music industry, especially if this is your passion. But we will call you out if this is not what you have been born to do. Okay? An elephant can't be a tiger can't be an elephant. Okay? Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? So if you are operating in your gift, and that is, the gift of being able to play an instrument, a gift of being able to manage, the gift of being able to sing, rap, spoken word, whatever it is, whether it's a publicist, a stylist, darling, whatever it is, check this in. You contribute to the music industry, and we just want to make sure that this is what you do, because if this is what you do, then we have to introduce you to the village. And I know some of the village already knows you, but we got to expand your brand on a higher platform. See, we don't charge for interviews on here because we're not snakes, honey. We really believe in helping our brothers and sisters and making sure they prosper, propel, and they enter into their purpose with dignity, integrity, and with wisdom, and with obviously first, okay, Jesus the Christ, not Jesus Christ, Jesus the Christ, okay? That is so serious, okay? A lot of people say the man upstairs. I don't know who you talking about. Are you talking about your uncle? Are you talking about your daddy and them? Like, who is the man upstairs? That is so disrespectful. Can you imagine if he said that about you? Can you imagine? And I'm just going to keep it 100. We don't have to use this word, but like I said, we got to call a spade. But look, what if he said, look, go see about that nigga down there? You would feel so disrespected. You would be like, gosh, God just said the nigga down there, not my child. Okay. Not go see about the tribe of Judah, them niggas down there. See, because when people accept their Grammys, I just have to say this before we go to commercial break, because this is really just so serious. When you accept, when you do your award speeches and all of that, like, I just watch people and I just watch them drop the ball. Okay, I watch them drop the ball, and I watch them just sit up there and say, "I'd like to thank the man upstairs." And I'm like, "Wow, he just sent a shout out to his uncle." Who the hell are you referring to? Because you cannot be referring to God and His Son Jesus the Christ. I know you can. I know that that's not who you're speaking about. So, for those of you who are going to prosper and get to a level to where you will be recognized on an even higher platform, and people will say, here, this award is for you, and we have nominated you. Please prepare your speech, and please learn how to speak. Just don't get up there and drop the ball, because millions of people are looking at you, and they're rooting for you to not drop the ball. Well, I hope they're rooting for you not to drop the ball. There are some, always enemies in the camp. You always need the footstools. But, I just want you to understand that proper nouns are that, and we must assign the proper name to Jesus the Christ, to God the Father. Because if you sit up there and you say the man upstairs, you're ashamed. And he said, if you be ashamed of my Father, I'll be ashamed of me, and my Father, I'll be ashamed of me. I'll be ashamed of you before my Father. Oh. This is The Speak Show, my brothers and sisters, where contemporary meets vision, sound and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. We will be right back after these commercial breaks. Tonight, live on the tour, where we cover every aspect of the music industry on the Sister Speak Show at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. My special guest will be A&R for SDYP The Movement, DJ Ladibug. I'm so excited about this interview as we vibe out about the important role of an A&R between the record label and the artist on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Listening to the Sister Speak Show is even easier now with the new abilities available from Spreaker's Skill on Amazon Alexa. With Spreaker on Alexa, you can now listen to the Sister Speak Show from even more places from all around the world. You also have navigation control, fast forward and rewind podcast to make sure you never miss a second of your favorite show. And then you can ask for show recommendations like the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. This is Ayana with If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Tips about the music industry. What is an A&R, you ask? A&R, Artist and Repertory, the division of a record label that is responsible for talent scouting and artistic and commercial development for the recording artist. He or she acts as a liaison between the artist and the record label. 3 responsibilities of an A&R include finding talent, overseeing the recording process, assisting with marketing and promotion. A&Rs can be the gatekeepers for an unsigned musician. They also play an important role in the development of the artist. The role of an A&R is said to be one of the most luxurious jobs in the music industry. This is Ayana with If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Tips about the music industry. Let's get back to the show. Brothers and sisters, yeah, pop that collar, Yana. Okay, thank you for listening live to the Sister Speak Show. You are listening live to the tour. And if you don't know, now you know, my brothers and sisters. As I told you, DJ Ladibug will be my special guest. Shout out to Killeen, Texas. Shout out to the state of Texas. Shout out to SDYP, the movement, X the Hustler. For this particular interview, I'm so excited that we all are able to network, be professional, and vibe out and get to meet one another. I know that this show is going very far, and I am very grateful for the support that we receive from all of our international as well as national and local listeners. I'm very, very grateful for your support. You don't even have to listen, but I believe that the grace of God has allowed me, and the glory of God has allowed me to be able to come to you and to converse with you and just to share some encouragement with you, which is what it's about. No reckless entertainment, just responsible listening, nourishment, as I said. The guest lineup, my brothers and sisters, for the Sister Speak show for the month of June is absolutely dynamic and electric. I have, as I told you before, 6 segments. And within those segments, we have the search effort, as you heard on the commercial. Let me start in order. We have the coming to the stage, the platform, the search effort, the tour, the laugh line, as well as the tour, the platform. I think that's it. And so with that being said, the search effort, the tour, the laugh line, coming to the stage, and the platform. So with that being said, within those segments, I had to say it again because I got to make sure, you miss something. You'll be like, ooh, she messed that one up. Look, I have to go back. We are live, but it is real. But within those segments, I'm able to have special guests, as I mentioned, and I'm able to bring different aspects of the village to you. And these brothers and sisters really are on their grind. And so even though you are listening to the tour, I just want you to be aware that, we have other guests that will be coming on, to the platform. We have Shantae Raquel, who is a published fashion designer. She will be on the platform. We have Ayana Turner, who was on the platform before, but she is getting ready to put out another book. And so we're going to vibe out with her beautiful sister. She and Shantae, all the sister queens who are going to be on the Sister Speak show, absolutely beautiful. I also have Dominique Clark, who is the CEO for SDYP out of North Carolina. She'll be on. I have Nicholas Monroe he will be on the culture climate. Ooh, that is restricted. Mature audiences only. Get ready because it's going to be a very, very serious, deep conversation. This brother is very vibrant, knows how to carry conversation. And not only that, he is the host of the Slick Radio Show, one part of a 2 co-host show. So I'm really excited to vibe out with him again, another guest that we had on the Sister Speak show. And the Sister Speak show is coming up on our 1-year anniversary, August 6th, where my special guest was my sister, very special dear friend to me, Stacey Morgan. So I'm really excited about the vibe. I want you to listen live. We have other, I have on-demand shows that'll be coming for you to listen to. So we just want you to keep us in rotation and share with your family and friends the Sister Speak show. We do keep it 100, and I don't hold back. I hold back in a way that, I try to maintain my professional integrity, but I also have to keep it 100 because I don't want to be the type of person that says if you like it, I love it, and it sucks. I just not. Like, if you're like, hey, I'm smoking crack 5 times a week, what type of human am I to be like, if you like it, I love it? No, hell no. What the hell are you doing smoking crack? Ain't you seen Lean on Me? Haven't you seen, New Jack City? Haven't you seen just the communities that surround you? Haven't you seen the devastation? I'm not that sister that's going to sit up here and just be like, because I'm living a reckless life that's so reckless I don't want anybody to tell me to stop. Nah, not that type of party over here. I want my brothers and sisters to be the best that they can be. It's very crucial that you are the best that you can be. So with the tour, okay, with our music artists, with our A&Rs, with our CEOs, with everybody who contributes to the music industry, everybody has a journey. Everybody has a several testimonies, okay? And most are believers. Most are believers in Jesus the Christ. I am discovering who I truly am. I know I'm from the tribe of Judah, okay? Part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So I don't take lightly who I am. I know I am a queen, okay? So there's just a level of conversation that we must have. I'm really concerned about my brothers and sisters, and I'm really concerned about the way the music industry is taking a turn for the toilet. I don't understand what's up. There's so much going on that it's just like, ooh, what's going on? Now, one thing I do want to say, we don't want to ever incite beef between artists because we know not everybody gets along. So one of the things that I value about this show is that you just got to really just know when some things just aren't your business. Ugh. I sit and watch some interviews and I'll be like, really? Are you really going to ask that? Did you really ask that? I have a clip that I'll play after my special guest calls in. And I've played it before, but shoot, it's worthy of being played again. About Mr. T and this white woman who was interviewing him. Brothers and sisters, it's getting ready to go all the way up. Calling in live to the Sister Speak Show is my special guest. Brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for DJ Ladibug. Let's give it up.
Well, hello.
How are you, my sister queen?
I am great, queen. How are you?
I am well. You know what? First off, I really appreciate you for calling in.
I am delighted.
You know, I really do, and I really appreciate that Extra Hustler, set this interview up. So you are not only a sister queen, but you are an A&R for SDYP, the movement. And I find that just to be an absolutely amazing, phenomenal role. So we're going to get right into it. When did you discover that this was a part of your journey and your passion to become an A&R?
Well, I've always had a love for music. It's been in my family for many, many years. There's tons of musicians, artists and all that. And so, by me being a DJ, it just kind of was like, hey, you're already helping artists by listening to their music and playing their music. So when I saw the SDYP, the movement, and saw all the things that they do, it was just like heaven sent, like it just had to happen that way.
That's amazing. So let's just take it back. You're a young girl. You're surrounded, I'm quite sure, by music. What type of music was playing, as you were growing up?
When I was growing up, it would have been we've got Smokey Robinson,
yes.
Luther Vandross, Maze. All these wonderful people. Gladys Knight and the Pips. I grew up in the 70s, so, we had all that good blues and old school going on.
Yes, I grew up in the 70s, too, so I know we going to have a wonderful time vibing out, because every name that you just dropped, I'm very familiar with, because my mother especially was a blues connoisseur. She loved music, blues music in particular, B.B. King, Bobby Blue Bland, Albert King, Muddy Waters, Buddy Guy. I mean, just, and it was so funny because she took me to a blues concert, one of many, right? And so I'm a young girl, and Clarence Carter was on.
Ooh, be stroking.
And I was traumatized. I'm like, I was like, you do?
I know you were. I would have been like, oh my God.
I was like, you do be stroking, Clarence? Clarence, are you serious? Are you telling everybody this?
Oh my goodness!
But
that was a great song. Of course, when you're young, we don't really understand it until you're grown. But
definitely, because at first I was like, oh my! And my mom was like trying to cover my ears, and it was not only that. I remember she took me to another concert in the Bay Area. It was at the Circle Star Arena, and it was Millie Jackson. And Millie showed out that night. And all I know is that my mother grabbed me and took me out because Millie was up on stage talking about some stuff that I now know what she was talking about. But at the time, it was good that I guess my mother escorted me out. So, I definitely, can feel you about the 70s vibe and that music. So what do you think, and we're definitely going to get into your role as an A&R because that's very crucial. There's a lot of people that'll be listening and may want to go that route. And so your wisdom and your testimonies are very precious to the listening audience this evening. And I really appreciate your contributions to the music industry. So what I want to ask you is this. With listening to the music in the 70s, what do you think happened to the core of good music? Like, because music today is different, but what do you think was the shift?
I think it's not about, I don't think they have the passion like they used to. I don't think that they genuinely love music and have a love for the art. I think now more or less it's just about numbers.
Now let's talk about numbers for the listening audience. How important are, because I know numbers do play a role, but how important are numbers when it comes to the music industry and a recording artist?
The numbers are important because because if you don't have a good hit, you're not going to get any money from it. But at the same time, you have to be consistent, and you have to want to put out a good song. And a lot of songs that we think is, quite frankly, trash, it ends up being a good hit because those listeners are following this particular artist. You see what I'm saying? So if this particular artist is trash, but he's got hundreds of followers, it's going to be a hit regardless.
And that is
so I just think sometimes that support isn't there, or the lack thereof.
And so then let's now introduce your role to the music industry, because I know you are a liaison with between the record label and the artist. So now here comes DJ Ladibug. How do you help with the music industry with your role?
I'm out scouting for artists, and once I do find an artist with quality music or no music at all, I let them know what we do at our label to come and we distribute for them all social media. We also have studios for them to do their music. If they do not already have their own music, we're more than welcome to help them with that. Just a whole wide variety of things that we do for the artists that we know is worth quality, that has quality music.
Right. Now, one thing that I know is that sometimes you can run across an artist that's absolutely down to earth, flexible yet, solid. And then you can run into the ones who are rather difficult to work with. How do you manage that?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, after a while, it's kind of like I keep reaching out to you. I keep doing my part, and at some point they have to have their own accountability. I can't babysit them. They have to want this just as much as I want them want it for them. So I just, I may not reach out as much as I used to, but I still will. But I just think that they need to want this too, because I can't do it by myself without them, the artist.
Right. And so then how much into their brand do you contribute? How are you there to provide just go into a little deeper of your role between, let's just say you've scouted an artist and now you're introducing he or she to the label. Take us through that experience, because there are going to be some independent artists or artists looking for a movement like, a label like SDYP, and they want to know, okay, how am I going to, because they may be shy. They may not be, they may not feel like maybe I'll be received. Like how does that process go?
Well, first and foremost, we're a family.
Yes.
And so when I do get an artist, I know that artist. I take them with me when I have gigs. As I said, I'm also a DJ. I have my own business as well.
Yes.
And so I take them with me, or either when I put on talent shows or performances, I let them perform so that they can get the feel of it, because one day you will be in a concert. So I figure coming to my events and performing, that opens that door, so they can loosen up a bit, because a lot of them are nervous and scared to do that.
Correct.
So I always let them come where I'm at. Or even if they don't want to participate, they can just sit back and watch the other ones do it. And then they get that experience from that, just the feel of it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That would make me feel comfortable if I, were looking to be scouted and I was, really leaning towards a label, such as STYP. It would, that would make me feel comfortable, because now I'm feeling the vibe, because sometimes some people just, some people, they just naturally have it, but even though you naturally have it, you still have to develop it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
I think, which is one of the things that you do is development, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so
let's talk.
Now let's talk about artist development, because that is crucial. So what is your role with artist development?
And I think that when you have an artist, let's say you have an artist that's going to be R&B, they're going to come out with the ballads. So I think if you have an artist that's going to do these ballads, I think they have to be a mature person. They have to be well-dressed to me, and I just think well-spoken.
Yes.
So if you've got somebody that's going to sing R&B, they've got to possess that. If they can't speak properly and pronunciate properly, I just think we need to work on that, because when you sing these ballads, everything has to be clear.
Yes.
And so, to me, that's the most important, is their personality for an R&B artist. And when you get into the hip-hop, it's a little bit more lenient, but I still think you have to have the stage presence for all of it.
Yes.
And if you don't, then we've got to work on that and get you that stage presence, because even when you're in the studio, you may not be on a stage, but you're still in that studio, you're still in the booth. You've got to have that vibe to vibe with, to go along with your song.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that is well said, and you just hit on everything I have been speaking about, and I know just to be true is that being able to speak, dressing good, and hygiene especially is. It is so crucial. It's like Mayday. It's like you never want to be in a man down situation. You know what I mean? Just like gosh, like what, brother? Are you stressing? Sisters, everything all right? Because. Like we get back to that full package, because you would hate for somebody to say they don't want to work with you because you smell like you've been going through it for a long time.
That would be so awful. But you know what? It happens.
Does it? Ooh.
It happens. And then they think that you're just picking on them, or or it's not true. Well, it is true. My nose hairs are burning. It's true.
Oh goodness! 911. What's your emergency? Everything.
Everything.
Somebody's world is coming to an end. That is so funny that you said that, because it's just like people, for somebody to say you're picking on me. It's like, I don't want to tell you that you stink. You think I woke up and I just want to tell you that you are humming coming at me? That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay? You over here making the onions cry.
Down the block, coming my way.
Yes. Hello, Jenny. Over here making onions cry. We're trying to help you out. Okay?
Because... and of course we do it in a nice professional way. But guess what? There's going to be somebody out there you're going to run into, and they're not going to be so nice about it.
I used to work at a continuation high school, and you talk about brutal honesty. You're in the classroom, somebody stank. Okay, it's out there. Let's get to it. Let's find out what it is, and try to solve this mystery. Let's go get Scooby-Doo and him.
I would die on the spot. If it was me, I would just die right.
You have to, because the honesty, girl. I'm telling you, but you know what though, and I think that. Like you said, there is a way to say it, and there is a way to, you want to be honest. Like, I feel like the other day, somebody had something on the side of their face. I don't know you, but I don't know how long it's been there. You're passing through. Let me just tell you, hey, you've got something right there. I say, your friends done let you out the house. You walk past your people. I don't know. It looks dry, so it could be there been there for a long time. But you want to tell people, what it really is, because we don't want to see people out here looking, bad. You're representing our village.
I would want somebody to tell me.
Yes, you would. And so, with being A&R, do you all then have to bring in stylists? Do you have to bring in the speech therapist? Do you have to bring the media training, or do you provide all of that?
We do have all of that, but me myself, because I'm such an ADHD type person, that would be me. I do all of that. I style them. Yes. I teach them, proper etiquette and all that type of stuff. That's me. But of course, we do provide that at the label. But that's more so on a personal level with me and my artist.
And so, how deep are you allowed to go into their social media interactions? Because you get negative comments, you get positive comments, and sometimes artists they get in their feelings, and they clap back, as they say. So how do you what are some of the tips that you use for helping the artists hold their peace and maintain a professional energy?
Most times, if there are some negative things, I always remind them that people have their own opinion, and you as an artist will remain professional. If you feel that that you've been disrespected, there's a way to go about it. Just say, I'm sorry you feel that way, and just move on. Make you feel even listening to my music and move on. You know, and if I see, you know, the artist clap back, I'll kind of backtrack in there and be like, hey, you know, everybody okay? You know, thanks for the music. You know, things like that. I try to detour it from going bad.
Wow.
And you never want to be rude to anybody because you never know who's reading those comments, you know? So I try to intervene if I can. I mean, if I catch it, I can fix it. Mm-hmm. But if I can't and it's already too late, then, you know, we have to have a discussion. But for the most part, they're very well, you know, they're pretty professional with handling the social media.
That's amazing. And that's good to know because, you know, the more people like you who are absolutely dedicated, because I can hear that this is your passion. Brothers and sisters, you are listening live to the tour, and my special guest is the beautiful DJ Ladibug, A&R for SDYP, the movement. I'm so excited about that. Success, determination, youth, and prosperity. So, brothers and sisters, okay, now we're getting back to what it is to be an A&R and all of that, but I just want to just sidetrack just for a little bit. Now, you get on the ones and twos and you're a DJ, because of course, DJ Ladibug. So, how did you get the name DJ Ladibug, and when did you discover your passions for, you know, DJing?
Well, DJing started, actually, let me tell you the love for DJs that I had.
Okay.
You know, in high school, you get the fake ID to go to the clubs, right? Well, I was in Tacoma, Washington at that time, and people thought, I guess, I was being a little fast or mannish, as the old people would say, because I was always in the DJ booth. But I wasn't there trying to talk to the DJ. I wanted to see how they plugged up things. I wanted to see how they would spin on the ones and twos. I just wanted to see all the records at that time that they were playing. You know, I just had I was just fantasizing about it all the time.
Wow.
And the weird thing is, about 5 years ago, I met a DJ here where I'm at now in Texas, Clean. And I don't know, just all of a sudden, I had this passion for DJing again. But the thing is, I got back there, I already knew how to plug up everything. I knew how to spin, I knew how to mix, I knew how to do it already because I had been watching it for so many years and just did nothing about it because of life, you know? And so he said, you know what, you're a sweet person. You are so active and so busy. Your name is going to be Ladibug. And I was like, Ladibug? I said, well, that's it then. And so I've been ladybugging around and hitting the ones and twos ever since.
Wow. You know, and that's amazing because, like you said, you were listening to music growing up, and then next thing you know, you're studying and watching. You know, to study to show thyself to approve is a beautiful thing. To be able...
Well, and you know,
go ahead.
As a new DJ coming out publicly, because I was doing private events and stuff like that, but to come out publicly, to go in a club and all that, and already know how to plug up, can't no one do that. But I did because I studied it for so long, and I just hate that I didn't jump on it. And I even use that as an example for some of the artists that are, you know, don't want to come out right now. I can sing, but I just, you know, no, your time is now. Don't wait so long.
And you know what? The moment that we activate in our passions, when we say, you know what? I'm not thinking about what anybody else says because I've got to live. I've got to...
You hit the nail on the head.
I've got to live. I've got to breathe. I'm here for a reason. I'm not here to collect space, because if that's the case, God would have made me a mannequin. So I'm supposed to move. I've got the activity of my limbs. He's given me knowledge. He's given me wisdom. Let me see what it is. We do have talents, and we cannot sit on them. You know, the worst thing is to sit and watch somebody else do what we've been given to do. You know, it's kind of like a relay race. You know, eventually that baton has to get passed. And we don't want it to be that we're not running our race to the best of our ability. And so when it comes to, you know, you DJing and everything, you set the atmosphere for the whole party. You know what I mean? You set the atmosphere for the entire club. You for the party, the event, it is you who is supplying the mood and everything. Tell me about that type of power.
Oh, boy. You know, it's such a great thing. You know, a lot of DJs, they get really nervous and, you know, they don't know where to start at. You know, it's just like, but you have to, when you walk in that building and you set up, it's just like a military person. When they get in their BDUs and they go to formation, they're a totally different person than they were when they got out the car. And it's the same thing being a DJ. When you walk in that venue, you plug up, get your speakers and your sound, and you look at the crowd if they are there, and you look at them and you try to fill them out, and you just make a test, play a test song. Throw something out there. Throw that Luther out there right quick just to get them started and see if they're even shaking their heads at that. You know, throw a little, this is how we do it in there. See if they're feeling the 90s. And you just work your way up, you know, and just continue it that way. You'll feel the crowd. Sometimes I have had crowds that I just could not find until I played, you won't even believe it, but it was Move B, Get Out the Way. And they jumped up and just went sick. And I couldn't believe that that's what they wanted to hear. But you never know until you just keep testing it. And finally, you'll find them, and maybe later in the night. But hey, at least everybody's up. They're dancing, they're line dancing. And that's all you can ask for. And just a great time. Everybody dancing. Them coming up to you requesting songs. You know, that's what you want. Without the request, if you just sometimes get up and walk around. Say, hey, is there anything you'd like to listen to that I haven't played? You know, mingle with them. Get to like them. Because even if you get to like them and know that you care about them and you want them to have a successful event, maybe they will get up and dance just because they're like, you know what, she's okay. I'll get up and dance with her even if I don't want to. You know, I just think that we have to be a little bit more approachable than what we are.
Yes, and that's so funny because, you know, Move B, Get Out the Way by Ludacris, that's the song.
Right.
Look, that's the song I play when the devil's coming after me.
Exactly.
You what? Hello, you are listening to the Tour on the Sister Speak show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. For those of you all who are just now tuning in live, my very special guest, I'm honored and I'm absolutely grateful. This is a wonderful electric vibe. I told you all I had a winner for you all. My special guest is DJ Ladibug, and we are speaking about, you know, just the fact that she is really has multiple, multi-talented, is an A&R for STYP the movement, and not only that, she's a DJ and so much more, a sister queen. And so we're really grateful for her journey, her passions, and her contributions to the village. So, you know, what have been some of your most memorable experiences so far as an A&R?
Most memorable, it would have to be the moment you get your artist to agree that they're going to submit their music and let it go through the right channels so that it can be a successful song. Sometimes they tell you, okay, I'm going to, you know, I'm ready, you know, I'm this and I'm that, and they're not really ready. But that moment when they actually say, this is it, the time is now, and you get their songs and you send it throughout all the social media, and they see the thousands of hits that they get, they jump up and down as if it's been heard on the radio right then and there.
Wow.
When you show them those numbers that people are listening, they're just like, oh my God, yay. You know, of course, we're not touring all over the world just yet, but that's a start.
Yeah,
see?
Definitely.
And so it's just awesome to see that they're just that happy of knowing that they have so many people that are listening to their music and actually like it, and especially if they comment on it, you know.
Yeah.
And they just, that's a good feeling to me.
Yeah. No, shout out to all of the artists who are out there grinding. This is your passion. You are talented. You know, shout out to you all who, you know, you see the number of plays and you get all encouraged. That's what it's about. I'm excited for you. You know, it's nothing better than seeing people receive you and actually take the time out to listen to you, because rejection is serious. And, you know, we understand that rejection is God's protection for a new direction, but it also can cause people to lose an affection for what they're trying to get into, you know. And so we have to really understand that, you know, that there is an up and a down, but if we're really focused, I feel like if we're really focused on what we're trying to do, that even those moments where somebody may be like, hey, you know, I'm not really feeling it, it doesn't mean that you're not dope. It doesn't mean that you're not talented. It just means that one human out of billions, wasn't feeling it, you know. But you never know how people in Ghana are rocking with you. And that's what I like about this particular show, is that, you know, I get to meet so many different brothers and sisters that do so many great things. And I have listeners, international listeners, Papua New Guinea, Jamaica, the Philippines. I'm just sending a shout out to all of them right now. Ireland, you know, Australia, just all over. We even had the United Arab of Emirates listening, and
wow.
yeah, it's amazing. And so I'm really grateful that, we're allowing international dialogue to manifest. And not only that, international commerce to have its way, because you never know how somebody overseas will contribute to what's going on. The reason why I said that is because it's so amazing. I listen to a lot of artists, and they speak about their experience when they go perform in London. How they just have so many fans, and how everybody received them was so different than in the United States, and so it's
horrible.
And it's like you're not recognized the way you should be, in your own where you live, but you go somewhere else and they're like, oh my gosh, we love you, we appreciate you. And then it makes you almost have a disdain and a resentment for your country, or, where you're living. Because it's like, how come, my own, quote unquote, people or the citizens where I reside don't rock with me like this, but I can go over here and the black people in London are really rocking with me.
Yep.
There is a disconnection, and it should not be that way at all. It makes no sense why.
Support.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the lack of support. Why do you think there is such a lack of support?
I think people are so focused on self right now.
Yeah.
That they don't have time to worry about anyone else, and it's so sad, because even if, say, I'm having a party tonight, okay, I throw a flyer out there. Nobody will share it. But then we'll get on social media and say, hey, nobody's sharing this. Well, are you sharing anyone else's? And the answer to that is no. So they feel like, okay, if you don't support me, I'm not going to support you. And it shouldn't be that way. Just support everybody, because if you see somebody's trying to do something, just a simple share or a simple like or, a simple shout out would help. But I think it's just all self now.
Yeah.
The crabs in a barrel.
Yeah, and jealousy. I think a lot of times.
Oh, absolutely.
When we grow, you can grow up and grow past people who you grew up with. And especially if you started out at the same place as everybody else did, let's just say high school. Y'all all went to the same high school, but here it is, you're soaring, you're growing, you're moving, you're vibing, you're being successful. Some people get in their feelings because they have not, gone out the nest and they're on a glide path. But they're jealous of the fact that you actually are in altitude, you're actually in flight. A lot of people are uncomfortable with the fact that, see, it was okay when you were not where you are because there was no competition. And some people might have even been ahead of you. And so people are very comfortable being ahead of you. Oh, but don't let God put you in a slingshot, pull you back, and then propel you forward, because now you're flying past them. And I noticed that a lot of us who have been chosen, who have been touched, who are talented, we will experience the slingshot season where he'll put you in it and pull you back. And it looked like everybody is successful, getting married, having a baby, getting this award, getting this money, buying, whatever it is that looks like an accomplishment, whatever your definition is. And so here it is, everybody's doing something. And then here you are, your finances are frustrated. You're stressed out. You're hungry. You're struggling to get gas. You may have to pawn some things. You may have to borrow some money. You may have to take out payday loans. You may be having to wear the same thing for the same season over and over and over again. Whatever the struggle is, you may be battling depression. Somebody in your family may have passed away. Whatever it is, you have entered into reset. Okay? And a lot of people, this is how you know who's true or not. Watch how they treat you in reset. Because you will know who is who when you are in reset. Because God will orchestrate circumstances that will dictate who can come and who cannot. But because he knows who is for you and who is against you. Because he created them. So when you are in the slingshot, oh baby, oh brother, be prepared, because he's going to pull you back. And it may be uncomfortable because you're being stretched. Oh, that rubber is stretching as far as it can go. But when that ball releases, when you are released, get ready, because you're going to soar. And the altitude that you're at You can't hear people who are down on the ground. Can I get a witness, somebody? And I'm not trying to be rude, but how can you hear people on the ground when you 35,000 feet in the air? I'm going to get up out this chair and run around. How can you? Ooh. Why would I want to?
I'm all the way up here. Because you have the same opportunities to succeed as I did.
Yes.
If you chose not to do that,
yes.
That's unfortunate. And when the hard times come, chin up, chest out, keep it moving.
Yes, yes. And like I said, a lot of times people are missing it. You cannot make it through this life without Jesus the Christ. Period, point blank. And I think a lot of, like I was saying before you called in, like I'm really offended that people would address my Father in heaven as the man upstairs. Who you talking about? Your Uncle Johnny? Who the hell is the man
in that back room up there?
Come on now. No, call him who he is, because he is your sustainer. And a lot of people miss the mark, and they go through these seasons, these really dark periods.
And that's why they don't get the blessing.
Say it.
Because they are betraying the Father. Heavenly Father, that is.
And sometimes, brothers and sisters, you just have to have a pause and let that sit in. You heard what she just said. Betrayal is so serious. And we are such hypocrites because we don't want anybody to betray us. We seek revenge. We talk about it. Woe is me, dear diaries, text message, shout out, subliminal messages online, whatever it is. You've been betrayed, and betrayal doesn't feel good. I'm not saying it's a positive action, but we've been betrayed and we have betrayed.
There you go.
So we can't.
Queen, you are absolutely correct.
Right. So we can't be hypocrites. That's why he's always saying in the Bible, "Oh, ye hypocrites," because we talk too much about something that we're mad about that we do. And then
sister, you know what else that gets me?
Go ahead, talk about it.
You will see. Speaking on social media, for instance, you will see. Negative. I end up blocking them anyway, but then you hear all the negatives. But let them get a car. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, I got this car. No, why weren't you thanking him before you applied for that car or that job? You thank him every day, not just when you do get a blessing.
Thank you, extra hustler.
The floor, you need to be blessed because he gave you life to wake up.
Indeed. And that's the thing, because, first of all, God is not Wayne Brady. Okay. First of all, he's not Wayne Brady, and he's not Steve Harvey, and he's not a genie. Okay. And that's the problem. People go to him for the gimme. And that's the issue. It's just like, do y'all think God floats on a cloud like la 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 la? Like, are you all really trying to play with him? Like, seriously, because everybody wants to talk about how he is a God of love. True indeed. But he's also a God of war. Play with him if you want to.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that people, just because you can't see him, doesn't mean he can't see you.
You better believe it.
Ooh, shit.
But a lot of people don't. They think it's a game. And a lot of times people can't figure out why so many bad things are going on in their life.
Yes.
And I truly believe that when you're around negative people, that brings a negative spirit on you, and it just gets you in a bad place. Sometimes I can repost that just aggravate me, and I don't even know them. And, it just bothers me. So I pray about it, even for them, that what they're going through.
Yeah.
But sometimes, because you don't have that prayer in your heart for your Lord, that you're going to have a lot of bad things happen to you.
Yeah.
And I just wish more people would know that.
Yeah, it's real. And, the thing about it is, like you said, one of the things is that prayer does change things. It really, really does. No prayer, no power. Little prayer.
But he doesn't answer right away. I mean, he's got how many people are in this world that may be praying, so you just got to wait your turn and continue praying.
Yes, well, he is able to. The thing about our prayer life is it's either going to be that he's going to answer you instantly or gradually. Yes, no, wait. A lot of the times we are asking for things that are just not a part of his plan, and he's not going to give it to you. And people need to understand that. Like, we have all been little children, and we've had our parents say, no, you cannot have that. They've taken candy out of our hands. Parents take things out of your hands that you're not supposed to eat. They're always having to look out. So God the Father and us being children, there are some things that are in our hands that are not supposed to be, and he will take it out.
He will take it out.
And here comes your temper tantrum. But when
sometimes it's slowly, it's gradual.
And let's talk about that, because how important is it as an artist, for an artist to understand that bad company does corrupt good character? What are some of the things that you share with them about, maybe the people that they have around them?
If you, like some of the artists, they may grow up in a bad neighborhood,
Yeah.
They may be around the wrong people or whatever. But you have to realize that this is your future you're talking about here. So if you want to continue hanging with the wrong crowd, being in the wrong type of environment, then you may want to work on that, because we certainly can't have that at our label. And just value their life enough to know that, hey, I got out. I'm doing something. Why do I need to continue to hang with these riffraffs that aren't doing nothing, that are on social media or playing games all day long instead of at somebody's job?
Yeah, I heard one day that sometimes the killer is also the pallbearer. Woo! The killer is also the pallbearer. Y'all better understand something about people who are in your camp. A lot of times, because a lot of times, even with detectives, they always are scanning the scene for the crowd to see who looks odd. Because a lot of times, arsonists and criminals, they come back to the scene of the crime because they get a sexual fascination by watching what they've done and seeing all of the disaster that they have created. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times the killer is the pallbearer, because it's just a sick, twisted game. They'll literally cry with the mama and, I'm going to help you find the killer. And it's like, it's you, brother. I said, look, honestly, but the killer's in the mirror. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
look yourself in the mirror. Look in the mirror.
Yeah, look in the mirror. And so a lot of people will purposefully not activate their passions so they can eat off of you. And that's a parasite. Okay. We have to let a tick be a tick. And you need to understand that there are ticks in your family, ticks in your circle. There are ticks, and you have to be able, look, and there will be circumstances that will be orchestrated for you to recognize who the ticks are. Oh, the ticks come. Look. The ticks come out at night.
when it's the family, they think it's okay because they're family.
That's the most dangerous weapon that can be formed against you.
Absolutely. And they think it's okay. Oh, we're family. I can mistreat her, but I can abuse her. I can use her. We're family anyway.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Exactly. And I know firsthand. Okay, and you gotta call it out when it has happened. I know firsthand, and I had to cut them off, that there are particular family members on my mother's side, and this is not a disrespect, but this is just, you have to call out the action, that purposefully have stayed in poverty to gain off of somebody else's success. Purposefully lived low because in their minds had plotted and planned the ultimate come up, only for God to cause the plans to take no effect. We have to understand that there will be some things that are formed against you that you don't see happening. It's not like something happening with, in traffic where you may see somebody attempting to run a stop sign, or you may see a cat running out in the street. No, we talking about him protecting you from the unseen dangers. You never know who is watching you, plotting on you, and waiting and trying to stay in poverty just to eat off of you. And at one point in time, my sister, I had said, because, when you're in your emotions, you're like, when I come up, I'm going to reach back and help, these family members who choose to live like this, because this is a sad state. But then the Lord orchestrated circumstances to show me, no, this is a big old concoction to come after you and your family. And you need to understand. And he orchestrated it to now I know that, look, the way you live is the way, look, you live by the trailer, you die by the trailer. You live by wickedness, you die by wickedness. You live by death, you gonna die by death. And that's just what it is for some people. Some people are going to always stay in their situation because God is going to protect his children, and so some situations that you think you getting ahead, you think that you've got it, you'd be surprised, and family will shock you. They'll shock you.
Absolutely.
I feel like strangers are a blessing, and the Lord
they're
will.
more supportive than people that you see every day.
I don't understand. I told my mother's brother, I said, I'm going to be a multimillionaire. I don't think so. I said, excuse me?
Wow.
I don't think so. I was like, why would... Now, mind you, I'm encouraging this human because they're getting ready to venture off into owning their own business. And I'm saying, encourage them how to do it. And I hope you become a millionaire. But I don't think so.
That's awful.
But thank you for showing me who you are. I needed that. It's awful, but it worked for my good.
And when they show you the first time, believe
them. Believe them. But the thing about it is, I'm grateful for the role of an A&R because I feel like you almost are an earthly angel for these artists. I feel like you play a very significant role in their lives.
Yes, we do. We do. We can determine, how far their career is going to go, Mm-hmm. Like I said, I can't do it all, but as long as they know that you are there for them, genuinely there for them, not there just to, leech off of them, but you're actually there and you want them to succeed. You just want them to, and they feel that, and it makes them want to stay in the studio. It makes them want to keep writing their songs. It just makes them want more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, you being a woman in the industry, what are some of the not pros and cons of being a woman, but what are some of the challenges and easy moments of being a woman in the industry?
The most challenging is, as being a woman in the industry, they don't really take you seriously. And especially if you're pretty or you got looks, they think you're just probably there just to be, in the limelight over your artist. Like, remember, who was that? Puff Daddy was saying, you don't want your manager all in your videos, come over here. Or was that?
No, that was Suge Knight. That was Professor Suge Knight.
Yeah, so that's how it's perceived from being from a woman's standpoint. But one of the good rewards is being a woman. They know we tend to be a little bit more nurturing and sensitive, and understanding. So that helps a lot because most times when you have an artist that is a little rough around the edges and he sees, this little sensitive woman, that's caring about me, they're more open to put the work in.
And so, when it comes to, an artist and the groupies, because, I personally, I just feel like because, some things get highlighted in the industry, you tend to see the focus of when it comes to groupies that they really just focus on the female. You know what I mean? And I've never really seen what a male groupie looks like. I've never seen a man throw his underwear on stage. I've never seen, I hope I never do either. You know what I mean? Especially after a long day. But anyway, girl, we keep it 100 on the Sister Speak Show. You never know what I'm gonna say. But I've never seen a male groupie, and so like, how do you what are some of the tips that you share with the artists when it comes with how do you deal with the fans who are extra sexually excited?
I have a female artist, and She's absolutely beautiful. I mean, beautiful queen, beautiful, nice body, everything, beautiful voice, everything. And I just let her know that, you know, of course you want to engage with your audience, but just be careful and be mindful how you do that. Because the one man is going to think you're singing for him. He's going to think you're him, you're his. And he's going to follow you back somewhere, you know, and you don't want that. So you always want, you can be, you know, however you want to be on the stage, you know, but I just think you have to be mindful that there's some creepers out there waiting on you. So I always try to let them know, don't physically put your hands on them and rub on them and all that type of stuff, because that's just not good, and it's not professional either. So, you know, they just gotta, you know, and sometimes, you know, she's like, oh my God, you know, this guy, you know, they'll follow you on social media, they'll literally stalk you, and it can get dangerous, you know, so you just gotta be mindful of your behavior.
You know, every now and again it just has to happen where I just have to really address the brothers and the sisters who kind of just lose a little control. Look, check this out. It's not really happening. It's not happening. It's like, just look, brothers and sisters, I know you are, you know, attracted to, you know, the music, the vibe, the stage, the whole ambiance. I get it, but you got to have self-control because it's not really happening in that way. It's kind of like watching TV. It's scripted. And even though, yes, this performance is live, it's really going on, but you have to be able to distinguish between enjoyable fantasies that are professional. Because a lot of people fantasize about singers and all that, but, you know, you got to keep it professional because, you know, some of you guys, you know, you don't know that no means no. And with us living in a social media culture where every day somebody is being brought up on drugging charges, you know, first it's Cosby and now you got Morgan Freeman. Now,
that just
and I'm just gonna tell you this personally, I ain't never in my life looked at great granddaddy Morgan in that manner at all. And, you know, when you hear these things, you're like, really? Like, you know, what's next? Frederick Douglass? Like, who's next? Now, like, who's next? Like, who y'all finna pull out next, right?
Who's next? Martin Luther King?
You're right. Martin Luther King, like, who's next?
He was rubbing on one of the ushers at church?
Right.
I mean, come on.
Like, who's next? Marcus Garvey? He slipped something in Harriet Tubman's gun? What happened? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any, you know, because look, I was already throwing up in my mouth when they said Jesse Jackson was a baby daddy. You know, I was like, what? That ain't the only thing Jesse's keeping alive, ain't only hope. He's keeping something else alive too.
Oh my gosh.
You know, but it's just like, you know, I think that because, like I said, you know, just on even a more serious tip, just because some people have not been socialized how to interact with the opposite sex. And so they have to learn boundaries after they've crossed them. And there are some people who they're like, oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know. I was just so excited to see, you know, such and such and such and such. And then there are others who, you know, they've got something deep. You know, it's always the brother that stares at you that don't blink. That's the one. You got
That's the one. That just got the deer in the headlights at you with that crooked smile.
Yes, with the Long Island iced tea. I need you to back up for me. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And then now you on TV One. You know what I mean? Now they trying to figure it out.
Yep. Now you trying to figure it out.
Or the first 48, which we don't want to happen. So I really appreciate.
That's the end result.
That is the end result, and I think, you know, with the way that media platforms are not set up to get the word out about, you know, our brothers and sisters who go missing. It's so beautiful that there are platforms that kind of put that out because, you know, once you go missing, if you don't have a strong support group and social media group that can get out there and take the lead on that, you know, it could get really ugly because a lot of times people are searching for likes, hearts and follows and direct messages. And we need to understand the difference between sane affection and wicked affection and wicked attractions. And I think a lot of times, because people are self-esteem is low and because they are not solid in who they are, they can be wooed away. You know, they can get carried away because they're getting all this attention. And so they may not want you to say, hey, you're going to have to cover up your vagina for the next photo. You know what I'm saying? Because they're liking that. So how do you tell a sister to be beautiful yet, you know, how to be sexy without being perverted? If that's the way I can ask it.
Yeah, I just tend to tell them, because my artist is single and she wants a husband. So you have to think, if you actually did have this husband that you seek, do you think he would want you to go dressed like that?
Come on, sister, say it.
Would you want your daughter to go on a date like that?
Say it.
And you can be sexy with clothes on. You don't have to have your breasts hanging out, you know, to be sexy. You can get a top to go over it. You know, there's ways to do it.
Yes.
But just for you to clearly show your vagina and your breast. No, is that how you want your daughter to go on her first date? No, you'll have a fit. But guess what? You're the ones that bought the clothes for her. So how to, you know, she didn't go buy those clothes herself. So now what are you going to do? You're going to have to show her how to wear those clothes.
Wow.
That's the same way.
Wow.
You know, you have to put yourself in that place.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh my gosh. Like now it's just time to edify you. You know, I don't ever anticipate my interviews to go any other way but great. And, you know, I've had a lot of phenomenal special guests come on the show. And from the moment you called in, you know, the vibe has been absolutely kindred and electric. And your journey, your passion, your talent, and the fact that you speak extremely well and you know what you're doing, and you know you're not there to hurt, you're there to harm and to develop. I can hear it in your spirit why you do what you do. And I just want to thank you so much for your contributions to the music industry, your contributions to SDYP, and your contributions to all of the artists whose paths you cross, that you get to share wisdom and development and time and all of what comes with who you are, you know, with them to make them be a better human. And I think that's
my pleasure.
Yeah, you know,
my pleasure.
I think it is. It's acceptable when you run across somebody who says, this is what I do, and you can hear it and you can see it and you can feel it. You know, you have blessed us so far, you know, the listening audience, and I know they're very appreciative of with just your energy and your spirit. You've really blessed us because, you know, before today, I did not have a clear understanding of what A&R meant. Okay, I have to be very honest about that. I had heard the term, okay, and I had my loose understanding, but I can honestly say today that I know what an A&R is, and I know who an A&R is, and that's you, because of just your journey, your accomplishments, your levels of success, you know, with you being a DJ, just the whole vibe, born in the 70s, you know, a sister queen, you know, all of that is commendable and phenomenal. So, you know, we at the Sister Speak Show just want to say thank you we want to thank God for creating you, first off. And we want to just thank you for, you know, your contributions, because I think you're absolutely dynamic.
Well, I thank you so much. I'm absolutely flattered right now. Like, my cheeks hurt so bad.
Oh. Well, you know, it's definitely, you know, the truth. And one of the things that I feel is so crucial on the Sister Speak Show is that we must encourage one another. And I spent a lot of time growing up experiencing discouragement and experiencing the mistreatment of people. Now, this is not no woe is me, no violence and nothing, because my enemies are my footstool. I experienced that because there was going to be a day and a time that I was going to run into other people like me who would need to hear what I didn't hear. And so it has trained me to discern. It has trained me to read body language. It has trained me to get in tune with my fellow humans, because the enemy thought that he would make me bitter, but instead I am better. And as a result of that, I am able to speak with healing and be able to encourage my brothers and sisters, because we all need it. There are
and look where you are now. Look what you're doing now.
Bless the Lord.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
You've got your show, your station, everywhere.
Yes.
All forms of social media, everywhere.
Yes.
That's humongous for you to have, Queen.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's super dope to me.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And all praises are due to Jesus the Christ. I really thank you for that. And, you know, so it just, it really just, it puts us in a position now to where, you know, you should have been able to take me out then, but you weren't able to, because God
certainly can't do it now.
No, he can't. And he orchestrated all of these interviews. Like, this is predestination for me to be able to meet you. I never knew who you were. You didn't know who I was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but God brought us together to be able to converse today. And so I'm so grateful, because like I said, you know, I laugh at at my enemies, because, you know, God used you for me to help heal others.
Correct.
and I'm grateful for that. So thank you for teasing me. Thank you for making fun of me. Thank you for ostracizing me. Thank you for everything you did to me, because I'm still going to finish my assignment. And my sister's going to finish her assignment as well. So let's talk about how artists can get in touch with you for, you know, representation, to get in touch with SDYP, the movement. How can they get in touch with you?
Okay, first and foremost, I want to say this. What A&R actually stands for. A lot of people don't know those two little words, what they mean. It's actually artists and repertoire. And we're a division of a label. People tend to think, okay, you're A&R, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. No, it's a division of the label. We're the division that oversees, you know, the artist development and the talent scouting. Is that division of A&R. We're not the whole label. We're just a division of that. So it's artists and repertoire. That's what A&R stands for. I can be reached on all social media as DJ Ladibug. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all that as DJ Ladibug with an I. Also, my email address is bjladybug, UITA radio @gmail.com. So if you have any questions, my inbox is always open on Facebook as well as my email.
And so are you all looking for artists now?
We are always looking for artists that's got some quality music. And if they don't, we'll get them some quality music.
Yes. And you know what? And that is so crucial, because the quality, like we were just talking about in the beginning of the conversation, that quality of music is so crucial. So, you know, I want to ask you if you could put together a 5-person tour, let's just say with R&B. It can be people from the past or present. Who would you like to see on a 5-person or even 6-person tour today? It can be groups as well as solo acts.
Ooh, 5-person. First and foremost, I would have to have Brian McKnight.
Okay.
Tamia.
Yes.
Kiki Wyatt.
Ooh, yes, honey.
That's a powerhouse voice. That's 3. And then I would have to have Heavy D. I just love Heavy D.
Yes.
And for the 5th one, we're going to have to bring Prince out there. I'm going to need him to do the splits for me for the one time.
Ooh-wee. Okay, so we're going to do a quick little game where it's going to be either or. So, Prince, Michael Jackson.
Ooh. Prince and Michael Michael Jackson?
Yeah, Prince or Michael Jackson, which one?
Oh, my God, Queen?
Yeah, I know it's tough, honey, but hey.
I'm going with Mike on that one.
Okay, now, Luther or Freddie?
Luther.
Okay. Janet Jackson, Beyonce?
Janet.
Fried chicken or grilled?
Fried.
Okay.
I'm country.
Ooh, okay. Iced tea or iced lemonade?
Iced tea.
Yes. Popeyes or Chick-fil-A?
Popeyes. Spicy.
You said spicy. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is so funny to me. And then I think my last one is going to be Pusha T or Drake?
Dang it. I knew that was coming. I knew it. Oh. Dang. I'm going with my light skinned Drake. I'm going with Drake.
Okay. Okay.
I'm going with Drake on that.
Okay.
He valued him to me.
Okay, I got one for you. New Edition or BBD?
New Edition.
Hands down.
New Edition. Yes.
Definitely. Okay, New Jack City or Belly?
New Jack City or Belly? New Jack City.
Okay. Now, last one. Judge Joe Brown or Judge Mathis?
Boy, you give me the good ones. Oh, my goodness. Judge Joe Brown don't play, and Judge Mathis don't play, and we'll call you a crackhead in a minute.
Yes, he will. So which one?
Judge Mathis.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you for participating in that one. You know what, my sister, I could talk to you forever, but that's the joy of being able to come back on the Sister Speak show again. You know, I have to have you back on the show again because you have so much wisdom and you're just a blessing for the platform. Any type of wisdom, last words, not last words, but, departing words that you want to share with the listening audience that will bless them and encourage them that, it's your own freestyle right now. And then after that, send your shout outs.
To an artist, if you think that you've got what it takes to be successful, follow that. Ask someone else that maybe at a church or, anywhere, sing something. Let other people be the judge of you. And if they are giving you all the positive feedback, then you absolutely have a gift, and you need to do something about it. You need to get in the studio, or you need to contact someone in music to help you get on the right path to get your music out there. And I would like to give a shout-out to my label, SDYP, The Movement, my boss man, X the Hustler, Skeet the Young Poet, all of those guys. I love y'all to death, man. We're on a roll, and I just appreciate you, Queen, for having me. You continue to do great things, and I would love to come back.
Thank you. And so did you have a good time on the Sister Speak show?
I loved it. We chopped it up. We laughed. We
Yes.
talked about some real things. We touched We touched on Christianity,
Yes.
which is very important. That's a touchy subject. Christianity and politics, that can be a little touchy, but we vibed on that, and I love it. You are very down to earth and
Thank
real
you.
and very smart and intelligent as well.
Bless you. I appreciate you, and the same to you. And, much success to SDYP, the movement. Much success to you all. I really like what you all do. Shout out to Skeet the Young Poet for his vision, X to Hustling, for all of you all who create that label, because you all are, what I consider to be young is just young. 70s babies are young. We're young, we're young. Yeah, very young. Young, wise. You guys have a vision. You're hungry for it. You're on the grind, and it shows. And I was just thinking about SDYP, the movement, before you even called in. I was just like, everybody starts from somewhere, and labels grow. People grow. Time does amazing things with where we're supposed to be at the right time. And so I can only imagine, soon and very soon that, the vibe is going to catch on a really major platform, and it's going to be something where you're seeing the documentaries, where you're seeing you guys at the BET Awards, because you just never know how these things manifest. Getting the interviews on the Breakfast Club, it has to grow, it has to grow up. And so with everything, especially with what SDYP, the movement, stands for, that, success, determination, youth, prosperity, that's a vision.
Absolutely.
That's like almost like it's like a command, a declaration, a mission statement. And when you know that a label actually stands for something, and it's no disrespect to any other labels, but if you hear something like Death Row Records, it's like, shit, what the hell is this? I don't know if I'm gonna get any type of
some research on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know. Y'all hanging people over the balconies, and I don't know if this is the label for me. So it's just like even the name of a label alone can either attract or repel somebody from even venturing into it. You know what I'm saying? So, I just like the fact that you guys represent, something that has to deal with integrity. And I think integrity is really the key that's going to have a lot of people be successful no matter what industry they're in. Integrity is key. So kudos and a big applause to what you all do. I rock with y'all real tough. Yeah, of course. And so, is there anything that you've got coming up that people need to be on the lookout for? Any events that, and also as far as DJing, put all that information out there and tell everybody how they can, get in touch with you for events and book you for gigs.
Okay, to be booked, I'm DJ Ladibug. If you want my phone number, it's 254-289-0816. Shoot me a text with the info, and I will respond or call you back. I want to. I got you. Tupac or Biggie?
Ooh, you got me. Okay, Tupac.
Yeah, we'll talk on that one.
Look, Tupac, okay. And you know why? I gotta say Tupac for sure. It's because I grew up in the Bay Area. I for 25 years, you know what I'm saying? It's just that whole vibe. But I did meet Biggie Smalls when he came to California. I got his autograph, stood in line, stared at him, had to get pushed away. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real vibe. So definitely Tupac though.
Okay. And if you're in the Central Texas area, I'm doing an artist showcase next week, June the 9th, from 11 to 5 at Filio. If all goes well, it's in God's will, that will go on. Also, I have at Club NAW, N-A-W, it's a new club. We have our first annual Hog Day car show the week of the 9th and the 10th. We're going to have food trucks out there, lots of fun for the kids. So, as I said, if you're in the Central Texas area, come on out to that, and you can always reach me on social media at DJ Ladibug. I also wanted to give a quick shout-out to my car club, Savage Whips. Yesterday was my president's birthday. Today is my first lieutenant's birthday. So we're about to turn up for the one time. That's my family, my parents, my daughter.
Yes.
I love everybody.
Yes. Ooh, Savage Whips. Shout out. What'd he do? You know what I'm saying? I grew up, excuse me, with the sideshows. So in California, I done watch people, spin their whips, do all kind of things, and just, car shows and everything. So I'm just really curious before you get off. Tell me about Savage Whips.
Savage Whips, we have a woman founder,
okay,
which is very rare, which her name is Savage. That's my best friend.
Okay.
When I joined this club, they were doing the Kids Against Bullying event last year.
Wow.
And the prospect manager scouted me and wanted me in the club, but I was actually there as a DJ. Wow. See how that goes back around?
Yeah.
I was actually DJing that event for them. And he reached out to me and was like, you want to join this club, blah, blah, blah. I had no idea about a car club at that time. I knew I had been asked by other car clubs, but I really didn't have an understanding. But I saw what this particular club was doing with this Kids Against Bullying event, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And so I've been with them ever since last year of May. This May, my year with them. I'm the public relations officer in that. I handle all the events and that such sort of thing.
Yes.
And we have community events. We have a lot of money. We have car washes for kids, and we donate most of all that money to the autism organization, or either kids homeless shelter. Like I said, the next car wash we're having is going to be for autism. Or we also want to do one for the foster care system. We have a member that grew up in that system, so we definitely want to touch that. But we do a lot of things in the community as well as with each other.
Yeah.
And so, and as far as the cars and the tricks and all that, yes, ma'am. We meet somewhere, all of us. We back in, and we have a road captain lead us out, and we all just fly on down that road. And sometimes they do tricks. Sometimes they don't, but
that's amazing.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, you are Foxy Brown in the house. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know what I would love for you. I want to be informed about these events. You know, you guys are touching on issues that mean something to me: foster care, autism, bullying, and all of that. You know, and I would love to be able to highlight exactly what you all do and kind of like maybe get some interviews from that, because it's very important to, especially living in Texas, in the DFW area, Central Texas. And, there are so many entrepreneurs, so many brothers and sisters that do so much, and we've got to highlight them. We've got to showcase you all, because, the truth of the matter is, we spend too much time celebrating these idols. And we spend too much time celebrating one or two people, while our brothers and sisters who are absolutely phenomenal are getting overlooked, under highlighted, and not magnified enough. So I definitely want to highlight what you all have going on. So I'm going to reach out to you on social media and also send you a copy of this interview. But I would love to definitely, interact with you some more. And I just feel absolutely...
we would love that. We would love that.
Oh, perfect. Maybe get some interviews, maybe be able to come down there, and do an interview, a live show. There's just so many different things that we can do to help with the community, because one of the things that the Sister Speak show does plan on doing is getting more involved physically, actually getting out there, in the streets and meeting the people. And you know what, my sister, I just got to say this. You started June off right on the Sister Speak show. You really did, honey. Ooh, you set the bar tonight. Ooh, you set the bar tonight. Oh, goodness. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Of course. So, my sister, this is not goodbye. This is just going to simply be that I will talk with you later, and I have been blessed, and I thank you so much.
I thank you, and I'm blessed. And reach out to me. Let's link up, and we can ride it. We love getting in them cars, baby. Get in the car and come on down that way,
Okay, I mean,
we can make it happen.
Now, are you guys driving in muscle cars or just any type of cars?
We have any type. They just need to be clean.
Ooh, I got me a nice little BMW 128i that'll
Savage with logo on the back,
ooh, baby. Honey, look, that's black and hits that freeway, and before you know it, it's gone. Ooh, that thing moves.
Get out the way.
It moves. Come here, Ludacris. Tell him.
Yeah.
But anyway, my sister, thank you so much, and we will definitely be in touch soon, okay?
Okay, you take care, Queen.
All right, you too, of course. You too. Brothers and sisters, let's give a round of applause for DJ Ladibug. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to the tour on the Sister Speak Show. You are listening live. I am your host, Ayana. We are recording live from Dallas, Texas, the tour, where we cover every aspect of the music industry. I know you know that I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that we just had a dynamic, phenomenal special guest, A&R for SDYP, the Movement, Success, Determination, Youth, Prosperity. Oh my goodness, DJ Ladibug. You gotta be quicker than that. I think I'm pretty much on it. I'm really excited at the fact that I get to meet, like I said, phenomenal brothers and sisters that are holding it up. If you're holding it down, it's crashing. Anything going down is crashing. But if you're going up, that means you're climbing on up, baby. Listen, the tour is really about making sure that nobody is overlooked in the music industry. We're here for you. If you feel like you are qualified to be a special guest on the Sister Speak Show on the tour or any other segment, get at me. You understand what I'm saying to you? You can reach me at the Sister Speak Show at gmail.com. That's TheSistaSpeak at gmail.com. Also, you can follow me at SGTPGW on IG. That's Instagram, baby. You can also find me on iHeartRadio at The Sister Speak Show, on YouTube at Sister Good Thing PGW. Subscribe to my YouTube page. Also, create an account and follow The Sister Speak Show on Spreaker. Come on, what are you waiting for? Now check this all the way in. When I say that the Sister Speak Show is where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action, let me just break this down to you. Vision, sound, and action. You understand what I'm saying to you? Vision, thinking about it, letting it manifest in your heart, in your mind. Sound, speaking those things that aren't as though they were. That's what we call faith, speaking it to an existence. And action, walking by faith and not by sight. Vision. Come on, sister. Sound and action. That's what it's about on the Sister Speak Show. If you don't know, now you know. It is crucial that you understand when we say a talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Create. Using your talent to create something that will generate wealth. Not only, and I'm not talking about financial, I'm talking about spiritual and mental wealth for the village. You know, create, inspire. What are you doing to reach back and to ignite and to blow wind into? How do you inspire the community and others around you? You understand what I'm saying to you? And evolve. You must be growing. You must be maturing. You must be elevating. You must be reaching greater altitudes. You must be, trekking further. That's what it's about on the Sister Speak Show. I'm so excited. That's how I just say it. I'm so excited because I get an opportunity to be able to vibe out with some of the dopest brothers and sisters. I'm going to keep saying it. So one of the things I was saying to you all, brothers and sisters, is this before we get ready to, roll out of here. Here we go. Set the mood. Okay. Before we get ready to leave out of here, one thing that I just wanted to say is that, as a podcaster, excuse me, as a podcaster, as a broadcaster, really, it is crucial that you respect your special guests. It is crucial that you understand that some things are not your business, and you need to know how to conduct yourselves when you're dealing with your special guests. And to the special guests, it is crucial that, you call in on time and submit your photos and everything that is required to make the show just manifest into the blessing that it can be. Some people are podcasting and they're not supposed to be. And then some people are podcasting and they're supposed to be. If you have the opportunity to speak to somebody and interview them, learn how to mind your business. Learn how to ask appropriate questions that still extract the elements that are needed in order to introduce them to the audience and to make the audience feel like they know them, but still respect what they got going on. Don't incite beef. Don't incite bullshit. Don't do anything that's going to create funk. I sit and watch YouTube a lot because there are so many different vlogs. There are so many different podcasts, and I listen to the interviews and I'm like, did you really just ask that? Did you really just say that? I'm not going to out this particular interviewer because, even, we're still in the same field of media and it's just a respect thing. Even though I really don't like the questions that this individual asked. And I was just watching this person ask these questions to these artists, and I'm like, why does he ask such dumb questions? Now, some of you are saying there's no such thing as a dumb question. You learned that shit in school, and you're saying it, and that's dumb. There are dumb questions. What's the number to 411? That's a dumb question. What's the number to 911? That's a dumb question too. Does the cheeseburger come with cheese? That's a dumber question than the first two. Welcome to 24-Hour Fitness. How long do you all stay open for? Dumb question. Welcome to 1 Hour Photo. How long does it take for your photos to process? Dumb. So please don't tell me there are no such thing as dumb questions. Truly indeed there are. So as a podcaster, think about what you're going to say. As an interviewer, think about what you're asking, because this particular interviewer was asking questions that made me think like, are you trying to make my brothers and sisters look dumb on purpose? Are you automatically assuming and stereotyping that they cannot speak to you articulately and with wisdom? I mean, because you get what you give. And I just really don't appreciate the fact that I'm hearing these questions and I'm listening to them answer. And it's like, dumb, dumb, da dum dum dum, dumb, da dum dum dum. And they're not. You know, that's why I said we don't go dumb, we go wisdom. I don't know what anybody else is doing out there, but I ain't trying to make my brothers and sisters out here looking like they not bright. Okay? So please, stop asking questions that are disrespectful. Stop asking questions that are going to cause a fight. Stop misconstruing words. You know, don't be somebody or learn how to fight. Okay? Because the worst thing you can ever hear when you are on the streets is, there he is. There she is. Let's get her. The worst thing you can hear is about 20 Air Force Ones coming after you. Or even 20 Nike Cortezes. Oh, sheesh. Ooh, or 20 beauty supply slippers. I'm so serious about this, brothers and sisters. It's this real stuff out here. People really get mad about some of the things that goes on. So you just want to make sure that you keep the environment. You want to make sure you keep the environment safe. You know what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? You really do. You want to make sure that you're really valuing, your audience, as well as, as well as, your special guest. That's just a tip, because if you hear there he is, or no, there you go right there. It's not funny, because I don't think it's funny to get jumped at all. But that's why it's really good to PE saves lives. I don't know about any other subject in school, but I'm telling you, PE saves lives, okay? Because it can get serious. You get on there and you get on the Instagram and you get on your social media and you get to talking mess and feeling confident, thinking your location ain't on. And next thing you know, there she go right there. You better hope you have supersonic hearing. Oh, brothers and sisters. And I'm speaking to the podcasters too, the interviewers. Look, you don't want somebody jumping you fresh off a podcast interview, you walk outside, they be like, hey, yo, my man's with the mic. What's good? For example, I know we're going to close out. For example, this lady right here. Now, she got off. Well, she didn't really get off, but she got hit off real tough. Take a listen and we'll be right back and we're going to close out.
I'm looking at you with, I don't know, $10 million worth of diamonds and gold and everything, and then I'm looking at your shoes that are just a disaster. Now, you explain to me, what's with these shoes all taped up looking tacky?
You see, well, to some people they might say it's tacky, but there's a message in these shoes. You see, these shoes keep me humble. And if you recall last time that we met, I had these shoes that wasn't in that bad of shape, but these shoes are handed down through my family. My father wore them, my brothers wore them, and things like that. So they keep me humble, keep me and let me remember that I have a brothers and sisters back in Chicago that I'm doing too. I got mother and father that I must take care of. So you see, out in Hollywood, and especially all the money that I'm making now, it's so easy for me to get caught up in all these material stuff and forget where I'm coming from. So wherever I'm whether I'm with a governor or a mayor or a reception or whatever, I look down at my shoes and let me know, hey, I can't get too carried away here. So it keeps me level. As I say, I want to keep my feet on the ground and my head towards him.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Get on the ground. It'll set you free. The truth shall set you free. So, brothers and sisters, as we close out the tour on the Sister Speak Show, as we close out the Sister Speak Show, what do your shoes say about you? Thank you for listening to the tour on the Sister Speak Show, where contemporary meets vision, sound, and action. A talk show for great minds that create, inspire, and evolve. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through the arts. Sister, spiritual inspiration shared through Ayana. Brothers and sisters, until we speak again, I want you to be blessed, be encouraged. I want you to definitely get up, get out, and get something. I want you to pursue your passions and activate your talents. I don't want you to be a hater. I want you to be a factor. I want you to make sure that you can rise above your situations, press through. Don't sit back and waiting in poverty for somebody else to bubble. God has put enough inside of you to make sure that you can do what you need to do. And don't forget, he is not the man upstairs. That's your Uncle John and them. Okay? We call his name what it is, Jesus the Christ, God the Father. Until we meet next time, my brothers and sisters, you be blessed and don't you be stressed. I'm Ayana, and we're out of here. I'll talk to you later. Take care now.